The Duggar family and their large, close-knit group of kids gained international fame as a result of their popular reality show, 19 Kids and Counting. They became one of the most well-known families in America when their quick ascent to fame captivated the world with their conservative values, religious beliefs, and seemingly perfect lives. However, the event involving the oldest son, Josh Duggar, has damaged the family's reputation and hindered the Duggar business. Although it has been widely reported, the extent to which Josh Duggar's sister Jessa Duggar's awareness of the public scandal impacts the Duggar empire's future is still up for debate. This essay examines Jessa Duggar's intricate knowledge of Josh Duggar, her perspective on the family's downfall, and how everything will ultimately lead to the Duggar empire's demise. A Duggar imperial household. The Duggar family, Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar, and their quickly growing family, were once in the public eye thanks to a special broadcast on the Discovery Health channel in 2004. As the Duggars' notoriety increased with each new family member, their reality TV show was born. For a long time, 19 Kids and Counting portrayed a picture of the ideal Christian family that strictly followed rules regarding dating, parenting, and lifestyle. However, there were certain flaws occurring in the background. Even though the Duggar family was known for their pious beliefs, Josh Duggar's shocking revelations would eventually make headlines and rock their world. Josh Duggar's scandal. The secret of a magical family. Josh Duggar shot to fame in 2015 after it was alleged that he had mistreated many of his sisters while they were young. The Duggar family suffered greatly as a result of the discovery because they were known for their strong family values. Josh's family covered up his actions for a long time because they wanted to handle the matter privately rather than call the police. After the molestation scandal surfaced, 19 Kids and Counting was canceled due to public outcry. However, the dispute didn't end there. That year, another issue arose when Josh Duggar's use of the Ashley Madison website, which promotes extramarital affairs, was made public. A number of charges, including accusations of adultery and involvement in a case involving the possession of child pornography, led to Josh's arrest in 2021. The Duggar family's formerly perfect reputation was damaged by these incidents, which also threw them into a media frenzy. Jessa Duggar's part in the scandal. Being the second oldest daughter of the well-known Duggar family, Jessa Duggar has always been a celebrity. Jessica has had to face the awful reality of her brother's actions, even though she has watched her own life play out on television, her marriage to Ben, Seewald, and the birth of their children. Jessa has stated in interviews that she forgives her brother Josh and that the family's Christian religion requires them to do the same, standing by him in the wake of his shame. However, Jessa and Josh's relationship has never been simple. In a 2015 interview with The Kelly File, Jill and Jessa Duggar talked about the allegations of molestation and the harshness of their treatment. The sisters acknowledged that they had been traumatized by their brother's actions and the subsequent cover-up, despite their insistence that they had forgiven him. Because of Jessa's involvement in the issue and her public comments, many people are curious about the Duggar family's management, given that she continues to support her brother despite his actions. Despite her strong belief in forgiveness, some have questioned how the incident will ultimately impact the family's reputation. The impact of Jessa's knowledge. It is crucial that Jessa Duggar understands Josh's actions, including the molestation and his actions afterward. Given that Josh was Jessa's childhood buddy and that she is a Duggar, she was likely present for much of the cover-up and revelations. She has been the subject of intense scrutiny since people are eager to hear her opinions. Even while Jessa may publicly support her brother, she might have a more complex view of the circumstances behind the scenes. A key element of the storyline is the idea of protection and secrecy inside the Duggar family. The Josh Duggar molestation controversy is only one of the numerous charges made against the Duggars for allegedly attempting to conceal issues in order to preserve their public image. If Jessa, one of Josh's closest family members, was aware of the entire extent of his actions before they were made public, the narrative would be considerably more complex. When did she realize what she knew? Was she among the family members that decided to overlook Josh's behavior in order to preserve their good name? Given that Jessa has emphasized forgiveness in interviews, many have questioned whether her choice to back Josh is an homage to her family's values or a means of preserving the Duggar heritage. How does Jessa's steadfast devotion to Josh affect the Duggar family's destiny, and what role does she play in their downfall? The Duggar dynasty's last chapter. The Duggar family's reputation, which was built on the image of a model conservative religious family, has suffered greatly as a result of Josh. The public revelations about Josh were the final straw that brought their empire to an end. Even if 19 Kids and Counting was cancelled, three pillars supported the Duggar family's ascent to fame and fortune: their unwavering religious beliefs, their untarnished reputation, and their dedication to family values. But as time has passed and more details about Josh's behavior have come to light, the family's shortcomings have become more obvious. Josh's illegal actions, the molestation accusations, the adultery scandal, and the suspicions of child pornography have all combined to bring down the Duggar empire. Because of her acts, some have conjectured that Jessa's steadfast devotion to her brother would hasten the demise of the Duggar name. While some could view her as a loving sister, others might believe she is unwilling to acknowledge the extent of Josh's wrongdoing. The future of the Duggar family remains uncertain regardless of the circumstances. The family's attempts to recreate themselves with new shows like Counting On have failed. Despite the tragic loss of 19 kids and counting, Josh's arrest and the ongoing legal battles have ignited a fire. The Duggar empire, which is based on Christian values and public personalities, is in danger of collapsing because to these scandals. An inconsistent family. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Duggar family's collapse is the division that has grown within them. Despite Jessa's vocal support for Josh, some family members have decided to overlook him. Since sister Jill Duggar chose to speak out about the abuse she experienced as a child, the public's focus on the Duggar family has only grown as she has become more vocal in her criticism of Josh's actions. Jessa's role is essential to the family's internal operations. Even though she publicly supports Josh, her relationship with him might not be as strong as it once was. The stress of public scrutiny and the burden of their controversies may be causing the Duggar family to become more apart. As the family members work out their differences, will the Duggar empire flourish, or will it collapse under the weight of its secrets? Concluding remarks. A new chapter ending. What Jessa Duggar knows about Josh and how she reacts to his actions are essential to the tale of the Duggar family's destruction. When the empire founded on religious convictions, family loyalty, and public opinion crumbles, the Duggar name might never be the same. Jessa may publicly back her brother, but the harm is already done. Even the most carefully cultivated public image may be destroyed by secrets, scandals, and loyalty to the wrong people. The Duggar empire, which was once a shining example of family values, is now a prime example of this. The Duggar family's rapid ascent to fame was fueled by reality television and public opinion. But as more and more information regarding Josh Duggar's actions becomes available, the Duggar empire is collapsing in front of our very eyes. What Jessa knows and how she handles it will determine if the family can recapture some of their previous notoriety or if controversy, secrecy, and the decline of a once prominent family becomes synonymous with their name.